We're so glad you could join us for this week's episode of Raven Rundown. Me and Nayro are eager to bring you guys the latest from Franklin Pierce sports and sports worldwide. Nayro, I'm excited. Let's get started.
Sounds good to me, Cam. I'm pretty excited for all the good material that we have for everybody that's viewing our show today.
Definitely, Nayro. And we begin by recapping women's ice hockey. And for the Franklin Pierce Ravens on the program's first ever senior night, a goal each in the second and third periods on Saturday night ended up being enough for the Ravens to come out with the victory from the Jason Ritchie Ice Arena. Nayro, an exciting victory.
That's right, Cam. It's a really big win as the result came from junior goaltender Noel White, who made 18 saves to post the shutout. With this win, Franklin Pierce improves to 16-7-1 in the regular season, while Southern Maine falls to 30-20-2.
Nayro, great to see the women's ice hockey team pick up the win, and there definitely looks to be more in their future. Now to switch gears over to the men and women's basketball programs. Nayro, it's common courtesy to let ladies go first. You know how much of a gentleman I am, so why don't we give our viewers a recap on women's basketball?
Cam, unfortunately, the women's basketball team was unable to enjoy the same outcome as the ice hockey team. Franklin Pierce University women's basketball team played a neck-to-neck game early on Saturday, and Cam, the Ravens fought really hard in this game, but a second quarter run by the Merrimack Warriors would be the difference in the game. At the end of the day, the Ravens fell to the Northeast 10 matchup at a Hamel Court 69-51.
Well, Nayro, a tough loss for the women's basketball team, whose record now stands at 13-12 overall and 10-10 in conference, while Merrimack advances to 13-13 overall and 9-11 in conference. Nayro, unfortunately, it's a tough night for both basketball programs, as the men's basketball team also suffered a loss.
Cam, it really pains me to call this game a loss, and I will tell you why. Junior guard Matt Banton dropped 23 points, but it just wasn't enough to carry the Ravens to the win against Merrimack College. Although Banton gave a spectacular performance, the clutch play of the game came after a three-pointer by junior guard for the Warriors Dante Gittins in the final moments of the half. The Warriors would walk away victorious after a three-point buzzer beater by senior guard Galvis Solano to make the final score 69-66 at Hamel Court.
Nayro, definitely a tough one to swallow for the men's basketball team, and that loss marks their second straight. Franklin Pierce falls 14-11, while Merrimack, on the other hand, advances to 15-11. Well, that about wraps things up for the Franklin Pierce sports, but don't go anywhere. Up next is the Rave, and you don't want to miss this. Stick around.
Hey man, I'm surprised you're here. I mean, since you're so out of shape and everything.
Yeah? Well, I'm about to show you who's faster.
We'll see then, Matt.
I don't feel so good. I don't know if I could do this. I shouldn't have drank so much last night. What was I thinking?
Ready, set, go. You're a joke.
Hello and welcome back to Raven Rundown. As expected, we will now discuss the rave of today's show. Nayro, the floor is yours, and I know you've been waiting patiently. Get us started, buddy.
Thank you, Cam. Today, the rave I have decided to choose about the Golden State Warriors being the fastest team to reach 50 wins in league history. Cam, it's a pretty huge accomplishment, big for the league. What do you think what's your intake on that?
I mean, Nayro, it's really unbelievable. I mean, we've talked about this team all season. Like, they've been the major headline. Steph Curry.
Klay Thompson.
Unbelievable shot that this guy has that just does not miss. I mean, this team's on their way to a championship, and they're breaking records clearly. While
Absolutely, I totally agree.
This record, is it a bust or is?
I don't, not at all. I mean, they've been playing a pretty difficult schedule. I mean, playing in the Western Conference is one of the best conference in the NBA compared to the East, which is very weak. Steph Curry having another MVP season, leading the league in scoring, and in 16 games, he hasn't even played in the fourth quarter. So to think that in 3 quarters, he's playing 3 quarters in 16 games, he still leads the league, it's pretty impressive. Having a running mate, Klay Thompson, dropping 25 a night, Draymond Green almost getting a triple double every night. I think this team is unbelievable. The acquisition of Anderson Varejao, too, solid player. I know things are going to work out in Cleveland for him, but he's a good addition. This team is just continues to gel and shape into a championship contender year in year out.
So you talk about a guy like Steph Curry, a guy like Klay Thompson. These guys obviously elite players in the league, and then you add a guy like Varejao who has had success, but it's more on the decline in his career than the uprise.
Well, I
Any
mean,
thoughts on this pickup for Golden State?
it helps to get some depth. And for big men, he's a big body. He can protect the rim. He's got a little offensive touch. He's experienced, been in the league for more than 10 years. He knows what he's doing. Add some experience for a relatively young Warriors team. I think it's a great pickup. Improvement wise, in the big position, 4 or 5, definitely good addition.
Definitely. And talking about this record, you think, is this team going to be a bust? Are they going to be the real deal and go on to win the championship? But when you have a guy like LeBron starting to play well, and a team like the Spurs that's constantly
no doubt
playing well, are these teams a threat to?
Well, I mean, the Warriors they play the Spurs 2 more times. The last time being a week before the season ends. I mean, the Spurs, Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, Kawhi Leonard. These guys are ballers. These guys are great. It'll be tough. I mean, I know Golden State has won the first game, but you know how Greg Popovich has his players playing towards June. It's all about June. I think they can beat the record. If they play well, if Steph Curry keeps having the season, if Klay Thompson keeps having a great season, if Draymond Green keeps playing, has the best center in the league, even though he's a 6'7" forward, I think this team can really go 73-9 as opposed to.
And now one more question to close out. I mean, if they do end up breaking this record in this stunning world, how do you compare it to the Bulls records in '95 and '96, and how do you compare those two teams?
Different eras. I mean, I personally believe that the Bulls, when they played '95 and '96, played in a tougher era. The East, with the Knicks, with the Miami Heat, with the Indiana Pacers, they had good competition. The NBA was a little bit more physical. There weren't too many shooters. It was a physical league. When you have Michael Jordan on your team, it's kind of hard to debate. He's the best player in history. They'll definitely be in the top 5, maybe even top 2. Some can argue maybe the best team ever. But either way, they're still an amazing team. If they break this record, it'll still be unbelievable. No disrespect. No question at all.
No question. And, just great to see from Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. And we'll definitely keep an eye on this team moving forward and an eye on the rest of the NBA and all other big-time leagues moving forward. So we're going to switch gears now, but before we do that, we're going to go to commercial break. Stick around when we come back. We have Cam's concerns, and you don't want to miss the debate that will follow. Stick around.
That was a great workout today.
I know, I'm really happy with our progress.
I'm so glad we're living a healthier lifestyle.
I know, it's awesome. So you coming to the party later tonight?
Yeah, obviously I'll be there.
Oh, word.
So,
Can't wait.
see you later.
See ya.
Welcome back, everyone. Glad you could join us. You heard about my rave on the NBA. So for today's show, let's give Cam a chance to talk about the NFL free agency. Cam, take it away.
Well, Nayro, my concern for today's show is NFL free agency. And I think most of our viewers can predict why I chose this topic. Robert Griffin III has been released by the Redskins and will not be the quarterback in Washington moving forward. Nairo, I think everyone pretty much saw this coming. Are you one of those people?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, I think his time in Washington was over. I mean, he had that great rookie season, tears his ACL, things just don't go the same. It's a tough league to win. It's a tough league to be a part of. You know, his style of play, getting hit all the time. I mean, I think it was time for him to move on from Washington. It just never really worked out after that 1 year.
You know, came into the league, top pick, big expectations. We saw great things from him in his first year, but
Oh,
as
great
we
flashes.
see with the mobile style quarterbacks, the injuries always seem to sustain their careers, and it ultimately has affected
Affects.
RG3s deeply. So, what's the future here for RG3?
Well, Cam,
where is this guy going to go? Where do you think he's going to go?
what I've been reading online by ESPN, by a lot of sports media, the Broncos are taking an interest in RG3. And
Really?
it makes sense. Think about it. RG3 with a good offensive line, has receivers with a great defense. This could be the perfect formula for him. This could be a new chance to begin again, over.
You know, you bring that into consideration, but then we also think you got a guy, Brock Osweiler in Denver,
Right.
who
Who's been there for a while, knows the system.
Didn't win that ring, had a say in the Broncos getting to
Of course,
the Super Bowl
100%. I
when
agree.
he filled in for Peyton Manning. So you'll definitely have controversy there if Griffin does end up going to Denver.
It'll be interesting to see how that works out.
Other potential landing spots have been potentially Dallas, but they recently.
Well, they're planning on drafting a quarterback.
Very true. That's
from
also
the draft.
Those have also been floating rumors.
So I don't really think Dallas is quite the option there. But I mean, Broncos is interesting. That's something to definitely look out
It's
for.
really interesting. Since we're on the topic of the Broncos, a free agent to consider is Von Miller, the Super Bowl MVP.
MVP. I mean, his contract's up. It's time for him to sign. And a player like him doesn't come cheap.
Not
He had
at
a
all.
great season. He's a great player with great talent. The Broncos should sign him. I mean, it's going to be difficult to match the offer. I understand, but John Elway, I'm sure will figure out a way. Who's a great GM. I'm sure they'll figure out something.
Definitely. Von Miller is such an unbelievable force on the defense.
Oh, no doubt. I mean,
he's a guy
Super
you're
Bowl
gonna have to
MVP.
pay.
Yeah, of course.
And speaking of guys that have gotten paid, Courtney Upshaw, former Ravens outside linebacker, just had a nice payday. You had the report where he ended up
Well,
landing?
he hasn't had a payday yet, but a big landing spot, an opportunity
Or
will
is
be
he
the Cardinals.
A rumor.
A rumor, yes, it's a rumor.
Believed to be a rumor.
Believed to be a rumor, yeah. I mean,
I didn't have confirmation.
Courtney Upshaw, one of the top 3-4 linebackers in the league, going to Arizona would be perfect with already a nasty defense. Patrick Peterson, Tyrann Mathieu.
Him coming back off of the injury.
Exactly. So it'll be interesting to see if the Cardinals do be able to sign Courtney Upshaw.
No question, something to keep an eye on there. And then, to conclude this topic, we have to talk about my Patriots and how they recently addressed that offensive line.
Of course.
They started with first bringing back 67-year-old, or however old, he's up there, Dante Scarnecchi.
Right, the old offensive line coach, right?
They pulled out of retirement and said, "We need you back here."
Well, there's no doubt that he is a great coach, so it makes sense for them to call him back. I know Russell Okung is on the top list for the Patriots, a Pro Bowl in 2012, protected Russell Wilson. I mean, this guy would be a huge boost, better than anything that they already have in the offensive line for the Patriots. What do you think on that?
You know me, I couldn't tell you how happy I was when I heard the rumor. And all I want now is for it to happen because, a guy like Russell Okung can come in,
big body, no doubt,
player, can come in, maybe coach up these younger guys, and then get Scarnecchi back. Scarnecchi, a leader, and Okung, a leader, can help command this offensive line in a time where they really need it.
Oh, of course.
Brady's last few years, these are sacred years.
Oh, of course, no doubt. I mean, this could be the difference of winning a Super Bowl and not winning a Super Bowl.
Now, the window's closing. Maybe Russell Okung could be the answer.
He could. Most definitely could be the answer. If everything works out, he could be the reason why they win a Super Bowl or not.
No question. And,
it'll be interesting to see how that works out. Oh, yeah,
of course. What he decides to do moving forward. Definitely something to keep an eye on now.
Exciting stuff.
No question. And, I know we could go all day and night talking about the NFL headlines, but unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this week's episode of Raven Rundown. Thanks to all those who tuned in. And I hope you know we couldn't get this done without our esteemed television crew. I'm so glad we have. So that about wraps things up. For Franklin Pierce Television, I'm Cam Gonzalez.
And I'm Nayro Mojica. And this
This is
Raven
Raven
Rundown.
Take care, guys. Have a nice night.